How y'all, Wyrm here. We got an interesting communication from Naoki Yoshida first thing this morning. It involves a couple of elements, changes to levy quests, and also additional housing. Firstly, regarding levy quests, they're doing a few things in order to streamline the process, because as we know, turning in high quality items for levy quest completion is a pretty tedious process. In their words, turning in levy quests takes more time, considerably lowering player efficiency. To address these issues, we are working on making further adjustments to the handling of item turn-ins, so that levy quests and supply provisioning missions are processed separately. Once ready, we will release a hotfix at the end of August. So this is essentially saying that they're trying to streamline the process as much as possible to make it much less tedious in order to do it. Because if anybody's shooting for Honest Gillionaire, for example, you know what I'm talking about. It's an extremely tedious process in the long run. Now, the main meat and potatoes of this actual letter is this change here: housing shortages and a rising player population. Essentially, they're saying there's not enough housing to go around, which, to be honest, has always been the case. So they're doing a couple of things in order to improve things. To support the addition of housing plots, all data centers will require additional servers. Now, when I read this the first time, I went, oh no, we're getting new servers put in. But I think what they're actually meaning is hardware servers, not actual player servers that you play on, like Odin, Twintania, etc. So we're getting new server hardware put into the background in order to compensate for these new zones that are getting put in, which are just the zoned housing plots. We're making preparations to account for the cost of these additional servers, which I already know from experience is an extremely costly measure. We're making preparations to account for the cost of these additional servers, but due to restrictions on shipments from Japan to other countries due to COVID-19, as well as the potential necessity for quarantine upon entry and re-entry to different countries, work to ready servers is slow going. Now, I can actually confirm this with 100% certainty because as part of my actual day job, I order hardware from around the world, and there's currently quarantines in place for when you're ordering it. Everything has to go, it goes into quarantine essentially, and is shipped, and then it goes into quarantine again once it gets to the destination. So you're waiting a very long time to actually get high quality hardware like this. Like, for example, if you were ordering Macs from China, for example, it would take a very long time to actually arrive. Provisional measures. In light of difficulties in improving the data centers, the development team is doing what it can to further optimize the server to allow for the addition of as many housing plots as we can by the release of patch 5.4. Now, you've probably already noticed this with the changes that have come in the last couple of patches. They've made a lot of quality of life changes, but they've made a lot of changes in the background to reduce the load on the servers as much as they can. So they're trying to do everything they can to streamline everything in game so it puts the less stress on the server hardware as possible. And this is mainly so they can add in new features, like this one for example. I wish to apologise for the inconvenience and trouble caused by the aforementioned changes to the game's UI and lack of housing. We will continue to do all we can to see these issues addressed as swiftly as we are able. Now, to be honest, I didn't think there was much of a housing drought, because even on my server there's still a couple of houses available. However, I can't really speak for the other servers around the world, but I didn't think the situation was actually this drastic that they actually needed to do these emergency changes. So I think I need to check out the forums and Reddit a bit more just to mainly see what people are saying. But with Ishgard's restoration actually already progressing, we were going to get new housing plots anyway. So I'm not really sure exactly what's been going on, but I'm assuming they've been receiving a fair amount of blowback regarding the lack of housing. And that's everything that's in this actual letter from Naoki Yoshida. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this content, please leave a like and comment below, and subscribe for more of my videos. Thanks everyone, and enjoy your Monday.